As Freya approached the cave, she heard a faint sound. She rushed in, hoping, and found her own father laying on the ground with a mortal wound to his chest. Tears filled her eyes as she held him in her arms. She tried to heal him, but it was far too late. He looked into her eyes, and with his last breath, he whispered, "My child, only you can do it. You are the key." And with a final shudder, the light in his eyes faded, and he was gone. Heartbroken and confused, Freya somehow found the strength to stand up and carry her father's body to the growing pyre and sent him to Valhalla along with the rest of her people. They spent the entire evening collecting all the bodies. No one was spared, not even the children. The smell of burnt bodies filled the air. All they could do was stand numbly and watch their loved ones being consumed by the fire. Freya was thinking of her father's words, but could not discern their meaning. They tried to rest that night, but were haunted by dreams of the dead. At first light, they headed out to meet Lord Harold, the King of Highland. They knew they must warn him of this army of unholy dead stalking the lands of the living, and if they were lucky, they might find some answers as well.
Welcome back to Nordic Warriors. Sorry for the hiatus. Let me make a quick save here.
Alright everyone, the adventure continues. We must try to reach the King of Highland here so that we can warn them of the armies of the undead that are roaming the land here.
Yeah, last episode they basically slaughtered everyone. Left no one alive.
So be it.
I don't want to sound racist or anything, but zombies are good for nothing lowlife thugs who need to be exterminated.
That and because they should already be dead. Just stay in the ground. We
I
don't
know,
need you anymore.
they want it all. The greedy bastards.
What's the question is, who is resurrecting the dead here? They seem to have come out of nowhere.
I don't know, and I doubt we're gonna have answers this episode. But for now, let's try to kill as many things as we can.
That's right, so as you can see,
Max is utilizing the usual grouping up strategy that became so popular in the myth community back in the day. And again, he's going to be trying to lower some of the health of these guys so that he can move in his melee units so they can get some experience points. Because as you remember in the last episode, the more kills these units get, the more effective they actually become.
Good thing you're reminding everyone, because it's been a long time since I've touched this game here, and I have not practiced at all. I mean, I've practiced maybe once before recording, but yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I've been dealing with, unfortunately, a lot of medical issues right now that are hopefully resolved at this point. We'll see, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. And hopefully we'll be able to knock out this Let's Play pretty quickly and move on to our Christmas special, which is coming up. We do have plans to review a Christmas movie, as we do, or have been doing the last few years, but
yeah,
well, we haven't written the script yet. We've got a good idea. Hopefully my health stays intact so we can give you something funny to watch this upcoming Christmas season.
We haven't had much success when it comes to Halloween, but usually with our Christmas videos we always manage to knock it down.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try to trick these archers into firing arrows at my warrior here.
All right.
Very nice, very nice.
Right.
Since, as you can see, the undead could be quite stupid at times. Now, if it was a player versus player type of game, then these archers would actually be using strategy and
Right away.
it'd be at a bit of a standstill.
Yeah, when you're doing one-on-one battles against other players, the PvP in games like this is really awesome because oftentimes you'll end up with two different armies, but they'll be, you know, the units are split up across multiple players, and so the agency each group of units has is, you know, very high. Every unit is reacting independently, like they've got their own little brain. And so you end up with these really intense, sometimes one-on-one battles between units or two-on-two where, you know, you're constantly dodging, trying to lure people in and distract them and attack from behind. The micromanagement in this game can get very intense. Definitely not for everyone. I was never very good at PvP myself.
See, I forgot, depending on how you approach these areas, enemies will...
Their spawn points can change a little bit.
Well, kind of.
Or just their routes. Don't forget about those guys coming up on the left.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this one.
You might still make it, actually. Okay. It's a little messy, but you're not taking too much damage.
Good. No one's died. Like I mentioned in the last video, I want to at least start the first couple of missions without any casualties on my side, because I need these guys for the next mission. Oh, it's just some archers over there. I can ignore them.
So be it.
So in case you haven't noticed, this mission is pretty much exactly like the last one, but the only difference is instead of the top left corner of the map, we are going to the right top corner of the map.
That's some creative gameplay right there.
And to be fair, I guess the map is a little larger than the first mission. Hopefully this mission won't end in tragedy like the last one, where they pretty much killed all of our loved ones.
Yeah, the game doesn't pull punches. Right off the bat, you lose your father, you lose your friends.
Our mothers, our fathers, our uncles.
Our children.
Right.
Remember,
Yeah,
the children weren't spared.
Let's see.
Which reminds me, you know, you hardly ever see zombie children in zombie apocalypse movies and video games. I mean, sometimes you do, but they're few and far between.
Yeah. I think most countries have some kind of regulations on how they can present children in certain mediums.
Hey, I think it would be freaky if... Imagine a setting where it's like a daycare or a preschool and all the kids are zombies. It's already scary enough to see a bunch of like 5- and 4-year-olds screaming like banshees charging around the room. Imagine if they were zombies charging you.
Oof.
It'd be freaky, right?
You wouldn't have enough cookies for all of them. They'd be swarming you. Yeah, normally if you came from this direction, they'd be charging at you, but I think I can be able to sneak past them.
Yes.
Okay. So you're not going to bother dealing with those?
Nope. Usually the best fights that could be won are the ones that you can avoid.
Oh yeah, is that going to be in your Art of War book?
Of course.
Coming up with your own philosophy system here?
I didn't plan on writing one. Oh, they're just more archers. Don't want to bother with them. So these archers, I need to bother because they are blocking my path across the bridge.
So Max is going to be doing a lot of firing and then immediately running away to try to avoid incoming fire.
Okay, good. You know, I really should be hotkeying these guys here. Oh no, wait, it's this button.
Oh right, you have to hold the button.
Yeah. And also, when I heal you, good work. Okay, I'm gonna have you guys nearby because they are undead. They can actually be able to run across the river here.
Okay, so it's just like Myth the Fallen Lords.
Yeah, they can breathe underwater.
Or rather, they don't need to breathe, so...
That's exactly. They don't breathe at all. Because they don't need it.
Well, the AI at this part is not very aggressive. Now in Myth, for sure by now they would be charging you. Okay, here we go. You got him pissed off enough now.
Oh, stop firing. Ah! I selected the wrong unit, so I'm gonna have to reload that. How far back is that?
Well, not too far. We do have to sneak around the back again.
Well, don't worry, because this time...
Max is using the speed key.
Which is a feature that you don't get to see much. And, well, who am I kidding? Speed functions are in every game. It's been like that for...
At least all strategy games seem to have speed buttons.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always been kind of a staple of the genre. At least since the mid to late 90s.
So
I mean, to have to set the hotkeys again. Okay, let's try that again.
Yeah, like any strategy game, it really is worth learning all the hotkeys if you want to be effective. Especially in PvP, because you know for sure that all the top players you're playing against know every key on the keyboard.
Down for the count. Go.
Speaking of which, I remember listing down a list of games that we played back in the day in terms of RTS games. Like, let's see, I mentioned, you know, StarCraft, Warcraft, Myth. I'm pretty sure there was something else I mentioned.
Command and Conquer?
Yeah, Command and Conquer, but there were a few other titles that I forgot to mention, like Age of Empires.
Oh yeah,
that was another
of course.
game we used to play. That game definitely was heavy on the resource management.
on my way.
Yeah, Age of Empires 1 and 2 I put a lot of hours into. I used to, in fact, I think that was one of the first games I played online with people.
Yeah. One of the few games
I think it
we
was
got
the demo too. The demo you could play online, which was pretty neat back in them days. I used to play against other kids in the neighborhood and get destroyed because I wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It was fun though.
I was always too slow when trying to upgrade my resources and...
Yeah, my priorities were
our-
never very good. I never quite understood the optimum order of operations for building things.
That's a hit.
Now, StarCraft and Warcraft, I did a little bit better as far as knowing like exactly which order you should construct your base to maximize your chances of winning, but I still wasn't that great.
Yeah. We're quite terrible.
And that's against American players. If we were against Koreans, holy cow, we'd be doomed.
We'd be gone in a matter of seconds.
Yes.
We got the one archer who's pretty low on health there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, not too
Plenty
bad.
of heals here.
This game had some recent updates. I need to take a look at the patch notes to see exactly what they did. I noticed in a previous level, I was playing this game earlier today, it looked like they'd maybe moved some of the lights around in a level I had played before, or maybe made some adjustments. I could be wrong, but it seemed like the light placement was a little different.
So the shadow effects were a little altered in certain areas.
Yeah, and I also noticed the game was... it automatically increased the frame rate limit to 120 frames per second.
Coming.
which is nice, but when we're trying to record the game, it was screwing up our recording earlier when I was running tests. It took me a bit to realize it was because the game was trying to run too many frames. We don't even have a display that can display 120 frames a second. It was eating up resources for no reason.
Get a close up on some of the battles here.
Go.
One thing I kind of wish they did in this game, you'll notice whenever an enemy dies, they like immediately fall apart into a pile of gory physics, which, I mean, it looks cool, but I think I would have rather them have something a little more, I don't know. I'd like to see some more solid corpses on the battlefield, you know?
A human wouldn't crumple up into a million pieces after getting stabbed.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense that, yeah, someone who gets stabbed with a sword would suddenly just fall apart like that. I think if they had just ragdolled normally and maybe you could randomize like a limb getting chopped off or a head getting chopped off, and then having the gore be limited to the explosion attacks, I think, I don't know, I think it would read a little bit better.
All right.
You know, maybe modders will be able to play with this game. I think it's built in Unity, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I haven't looked up how they made this game. And when I first played this level, I actually went up on this hill to fight these guys, but I feel like I have much more room to move around when I'm not on top of the mountain.
Yeah. Gotta say, the placement of some of the snow in this level's a little random. Like, why would there be snow around those rocks right there?
You know, that's a very good question. I'm just noticing the
topography, like, the whole land is, like, encased in snow for some reason. Are we just in a warmer valley?
Ooh, I'm cutting it close
Dude,
to some of these guys.
you better do some healing here, man. You are way more reckless than I am. Get me scared here.
Of course, in the last mission, I had at least one guy who was practically... well, he wasn't even in the red. He was actually completely out of bars of health, but somehow he was still alive.
You still had a sliver.
Like a point...
Yeah, point one.
All right.
See if I can avoid these archers.
This game does take into account
Yes.
your altitude when it comes to your projectile. So archers who have the high ground are going to be able to shoot much further than archers
Right
at a
away.
lower level. That was that was true too of the Myth series. Which
Yeah.
I think that was the
Ground
first
game
game
actually
I ever played where
important.
topography really played a difference in that manner. Because Warcraft and Warcraft 2, it didn't matter. There's no there's really no height map.
Let's see,
This way.
shoot, I'm kind of going in blind now. Oh. Shoot.
Yeah, you might want to edge back and remember you can slow the game down if you want to.
I know.
Want to think.
Oh,
Max doesn't care. He's brave.
I'm brave and reckless.
Fire! All right.
I forget those guys do have a pretty good level of defense.
Yes.
A single explosion doesn't do a whole lot against him.
Right.
These guys, on the other hand,
Done.
Yeah, just like that.
Yes.
Look at this.
see it? Yeah,
Oh, you can barely see the red on the bar.
it's like a single line of pixels there.
Yes.
I'm not even sure that's going to show up in the recording.
Right.
Oh gosh,
Good thing
only
we're-
3 heals left.
Yeah, you're going to have to play the
I
next
should,
section pretty carefully.
Yeah. More saves coming.
Seems like the healing cooldown timer in this is maybe a little longer than Myth. I could be wrong.
It is.
I seem to recall in Myth you could heal units a little bit faster.
On my way.
However, Freya can heal from a further distance. In Myth, you had to,
Yeah.
the unit had to actually walk up to the unit that was damaged to get healed.
Yeah, instead of magic, they used healing mandrake roots.
Which was neat, because sometimes if you search the level, you could find roots, or you can find areas where you could dig up the roots,
Yeah.
which is cool.
What I have to do is get around this mountain so I can...
Wow, that's a lot
Pretty
further than I thought it was.
Yeah.
This map really is a lot
Yes.
bigger than the last area.
Much longer trek. Oop.
Uh-oh.
Is that a boar charging at them?
I think it was a wolf. I'm not sure, though. I
I
was
saw
only
that before.
Dang, I was looking at our dog and I look up and almost missed that.
On my way.
But I caught it. Oop.
Alright.
Okay, we definitely need to back up a bit here.
Yeah, the skeletons are a little, they're a little less intimidating when you've got 2 units that can cause explosions. But if you've just got the one, they can be a little problematic if you're not careful. Because they do move faster than
Oh,
a lot of the other
may have
units.
picked a bad place to save. I didn't even see these guys flanking me.
I figured you were ready. I think you got this. You may have to do a little backtracking.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
Alright, time to utilize this. Let's see. Okay,
Right.
Shift tactics here.
my greatest spell yet.
For glory.
Okay. Bad.
Go.
Well, it's getting a little dicey.
On my way.
I guess I can use speed.
Yeah. If Max didn't have experienced units there, like that could have gotten very dangerous.
Okay, now I can focus back on the guys on the right here.
Nice. Got through that one.
I'll alter my
Of
camera
course.
angle here and... Yeah, I really should be using the hotkeys more.
This way.
You'll get back into the flow. It's been, like we said, it's been a bit since we've touched this game, so we're gotta learn it all over again.
I never miss.
Ooh.
Oh, I lost one.
Yep.
Darn it.
Yeah, in this game, when your unit, any unit can be, their animation can be interrupted by a hurt state. And so if you've got 2 enemy units who are hitting on one of your units, like, they don't have a chance. They just get hacked to death.
Right.
Even if they are experienced, sometimes it's not enough.
Right.
I think this is gonna go a little bit better.
Yeah. Plus I was able to flank them with my archers that time.
Yeah, you're able to damage them a little bit more, and your the way your units engaged was a little bit better. You had more guys who were doubling up.
Alright, I'm almost there. It's actually taking a little longer than I thought it would, but yeah. Like we've said many times, it's been a while since we've touched upon this game.
And we have not beaten this game yet.
Yeah, we've
only played the first like 5 levels or something, maybe a little further, but
I played roughly halfway through the game.
okay.
So, okay, so more archers over there. Can I just hug the wall and then they'll just
I think
stand
so.
there?
They don't seem too dangerous.
Wow, this may be an easy video if they'll just allow me to just go straight to the target.
It's not going to be that easy, Max.
I know.
All right.
I'm gonna raise the speed here and let's see
Starting
what
to
they do.
get some particle effects here. Look at that snow coming down.
Oh, that's right.
I wonder if this means the next level will be a snow level.
Oh yeah, as you slowly move into the area, the more snow particles appear. That's neat.
On my way.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Maybe it is
That's
a
the
straight
mission.
shot.
Well, I'm glad. I kind
Nice.
of wanted this to be an easy recording for us since...
Been out of the game for a bit. Nice,
Yeah,
27 kills for Freya is pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting some very good archers here, and we finally got a warrior that surpassed enough kills to get up on the board. I think they only put up 5 heroes at a time.
Okay, that's too bad. Well, yeah, thanks for joining us for another episode of Nordic Warriors.
Yeah, sorry we didn't have more to talk about, but let's be real, 2020 has been a terrible year for all of us.
Yeah, everything's been a blur the last few months, and
The YouTube channel has been kind of secondary to us in a way.
yeah, we're just trying to survive right now.
But fear not, next week we will come back with more Nordic Warriors as we try to defend a town.
So yeah, this time we'll have an opportunity to redeem ourselves, since the first mission, you let a lot of children die there, Max.
Hey, that wasn't my fault.
Gotta
I was
make
out
up
on
for it.
patrol.
Alright, thank you everyone. I'm Carl Asami.
I'm Max Cal, and until then, keep yourself warm.
Yeah, it's starting to get cold.
We're getting into the winter here, as you can see.
And in California, anything below like 60 degrees is unbearable.
We're such wimps.